Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another action figure review. And today we're taking a look at the brand new Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fugitoid. And I'm hyped up about this figure for a couple of different reasons. First off, I think the figure looks amazing, so I'm super excited to check it out. Secondly, I'm really happy to see Neca revisit the Mirage Comics era of the Ninja Turtles, because in recent years they've been doing really good with the cartoon stuff, really good with the movie stuff, and I feel like they've kind of ignored the comics. But it seems like that's about to change. They recently announced a bunch of different Ninja Turtle comic book characters from all kinds of different different eras. You know, like you got the Mirage stuff, the Archie comic stuff. Now they're going to be doing some IDW. They're going crazy with the Ninja Turtles comic stuff, and I love to see it. And a big reason why I'm excited that they're doing the Mirage stuff specifically is because I really hope that they re-release the Turtles themselves. They came out years ago and they look awesome, but at the time I was not collecting Ninja Turtles, so I didn't pick them up. And the secondary market prices have skyrocketed on those things. They're super expensive. Not only that, there's a bunch of knockoffs floating around, and the knockoffs actually look pretty good, so it's really hard to tell if you're buying like the authentic versions. I've seen them at shows a few times and I thought about buying them, but in my mind, I'm always like, I don't know if this is like the actual Neca releases or a really good knockoff. So I was always hesitant to pull the trigger on the Mirage Turtles. But I hope that Neca could kill all that and just re-release them and everybody would be happy. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and talk about Fugitoid because this thing looks amazing. Starting off with the packaging, we get this awesome old school turtle style artwork up here. It does say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in that old school font, which I really love. I love like these panels and this comic book style artwork down here. It looks so dope. And then on the side of the box, we get a look at Fugitoid himself, looking all scared. Very cool. And you are able to see him through the window along with some of his accessories, so that is always cool. Over here, we get another look at Fugitoid himself. Very old school. I love that so much. And then on the back of the box, we get a look at him in a couple of different poses, and then there we have one of the turtles, the Mirage style turtles. Come on, Neca, re-release those. And then down here, it looks like we're getting some teasers because it does say to be continued, and we see some more characters. I can't wait for Casey Jones. That's going to be awesome. And yeah, that's about it for the packaging. I think this looks amazing. I really love the way this packaging looks, and it kind of makes me want to buy an extra of Fugitoid. And I haven't really been doing that with the turtle stuff. But I think I might have to do that with him because I just love this box art. I love the whole feel of it, and I think it's just awesome. So I really love the packaging. It's gonna hurt a little bit taking him out, but I know it's gonna be worth it because the figure looks awesome. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so here we have Fugitoid, and I think this is an awesome little figure. I think this guy came out really nice. I love the paint job on him. It definitely has like a comic book effect to it. We've got like this black paintwork that kind of gives the illusion of shadows. You can see like on the back of the arms and legs, they're like completely black. And that's very much a callback to those old Mirage Turtle comics because those were very dark. I mean, not only just in nature, but you know, the art style was very dark. It was black and white, but there was a lot of shadows and stuff like that. So it's very fitting for this character. Speaking of black and white, it'd be cool to get a black and white version of Fugitoid. I think that'd be awesome. Maybe as like an exclusive or something. But yeah, as for this guy, he came out really cool. He does have bendy wires in the arms and legs. And at first, I was a little concerned with that. But I've been playing with this figure quite a bit, and they seem to be holding up really well. So I think they're gonna be pretty good, you know. As long as you're mindful when you're messing with them. Obviously, you can't like pinch him close. You can't get his arm like all the way up like a elbow joint or something. But as long as, you know, you could definitely get some pretty good movement out of it. And as long as you're like careful and mindful when you're messing with it, I don't think that durability is going to be an issue with the bendy wires in the arms and legs. So I think it's all good. But yeah, this is definitely a fun little figure to mess around with. And the figure does have a lot of really great sculpting work. Even though Fugitoid does have kind of a simplistic design, I think the Neca did a great job of making him look really interesting. But yeah, I love what we have going on here. Starting off with the head, I think this is a great facial expression for the character. I like how his eyes are open wide and he just looks worried, you know. That's awesome. We've got the gray shading around the eyes to maintain that comic book look. I think that is super cool. And then wrapping around the head here, got some more paint details and some more sculpting work. A little bit of light blue on the top, maybe just to kind of give it like make it kind of look like it's shining or something. Maybe that's what they were going for. Either way, I think it looks cool. But yeah, that's a great looking face sculpt. Moving down into the body here, Again, we have some more like comic book style paintwork that looks really good. I like the little designs right here and stuff. Moving down into the lower body. All the articulation is well hidden here. He does have a torso joint there. No joint here at the waist though. Yeah, he looks good. Like I said, it's a simple design, you know. But I think he looks great. Not a whole lot to it, but you know, he's awesome. Look at him. I like that they were able to give his face a little bit of attitude, you know. I think that's very cool. Yeah, I think this is a great looking figure. I'm a big fan of just like androids and you know, things like that, especially ones that have like the minds of humans, you know. So it's almost like the simpler the design, the better, in my opinion, for something like this, you know. So yeah, I really like the way he turned out. And then for accessories, Fugitoid does come with some pretty good stuff, including 3 different sets of hands, and I'm not really sure how to describe these different hands, but he does have 3 different sets, and all of them kind of have the fingers in different positions, so it's kind of cool to have those. And then he does have some weapons, starting off with some really cool looking handguns, and these things look awesome. As you can see, he has no problem holding them, and they do look really good. They also have like that comic book kind of shading, so that's awesome. He has that one there, and then he has this one. And I like that he came with 2 different types of handguns. He's going to look kind of cool just double wielding these things. So really nice stuff for the handguns. And then he does come with another gun, and this thing is awesome too. As you could see, he could hold it with one hand, so it's just like a huge handgun, I guess you could say. It's not quite like a rifle or something, but I think it looks really dope. Again, we've got the awesome paint job on it, and he has no problem holding it, even with his awkward fingers. All the guns are able just to be wedged in between the fingers there, and you can see that there's a pretty tight grip, so that's nice. But yeah, this gun is very cool. And then next up we have this thing, and I'm not really 100% sure how to describe it. I guess it's like a gauntlet or some type of glove or something, like a power glove or something. But yeah, I think this is very cool. And one thing I like about this is that it's not very stiff and rigid. You don't have to worry about breaking it. I've had that problem with some NECA accessories in the past where like they have like these little things hanging off and they feel very stiff, like they're gonna break. But in this case, you know, we don't have that problem. Even these things are very soft. So yeah, this is cool. This is another cool accessory that you could add on to Fugitoid to make them look a little bit more dangerous, you know. So this is awesome. And I'm not an expert on this character, so if this is something specific for the character, let me know in the comments. I am very interested to know what's up with this thing, because it looks like he could definitely cause some damage with it. And then next up he has this, and I'm not exactly 100% sure what this is, but if I had to guess, I would say it's some type of charging device. On the back of the packaging, it does show Fugitoid's hands inside of it like this, so, you know, this makes sense. And the hands plug right in, but it is hard to bend the arms enough to get them both in there, so it would have helped if the arms were a little bit longer. But yeah, I think that's cool. Something unique for the character. And then for the final accessory, we have this gun. And on the back of the packaging, it shows one of the turtles holding onto this gun, so I don't think this was intended for Fugitoid. Plus, the handle is really big, so it's really hard to fit this handle into his hands. So maybe this is something that was designed by Dr. Honeycutt, and he gave it to the turtles or something. But unfortunately, like I said, I don't have the Mirage turtles, so I don't know if, you know, like how well they're able to hold this thing. But I'm sure they could hold on to it just fine. In any case, I think it's a cool looking gun for sure. And now for some size comparisons, here we have Fugitoid alongside the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon Master Splinter and the NECA Turtles in Disguise Raphael. And even though this guy's from the comics and they're from the cartoons, I think they look great together. And I just love the way that my Turtles display looks, because they have so many different, unique, crazy, bizarre looking characters, and something like Fugitoid is just going to add to that, you know. You got all these big crazy monsters, and then you have this very simple looking robot. I think it's really cool, and I can't wait to get more comic book turtle stuff. But yeah, I think he looks great next to the cartoon figures as well. And then next up we have him alongside the NECA Cartoon Mutagen Man and the NECA Baxter Stockman. And then here we have him alongside the NECA Mondo Gecko and the NECA Metalhead. And then here we have him alongside a NECA Foot Soldier and the NECA video game version of Slash. And I cannot wait for the Archie Comics Slash figure from NECA, because that thing looks awesome. That's going to be one of my favorite turtle figures when it comes out. It just looks amazing. I love that they added some double jointed elbows to him. Can't wait for that one. And then here we have him alongside the Super 7 Raph and the SH Figure Arts Michelangelo. And then of course we have Marvel Legends Pizza Spider-Man and Marvel Legends Bucky Cat. And then to get Fugitoid in here with some big guys, here we have him alongside the Super 7 Bebop and the Neca Pizza Monster. And I've had Pizza Monster for probably about 2 months, but I just now got around to opening it, and I've got to say, I love this figure. I'm having so much fun with it. I think he's awesome. I would like to review it, but I think at this point, I don't know if anybody would watch that video, but I kind of just want to talk about it, because look how awesome he is. He's so crazy, man. He's very cool. I think I need to buy a couple more of them. Alright, so now for the articulation, and this is going to be fun because his design is very different from most figures that I review on my channel, so it's going to be interesting. But let's go ahead and get into it, starting off with the head. He does have a ball joint at the lower neck and a ball joint at the upper neck, so using both of those, we get some pretty nice tilt out of the head. He could look side to side. He could look up to about right there, which is pretty decent, and then he could look down to about right there. And it's hard to tell if the neck has a bendy wire. I don't think so. I think it's just a long piece of plastic. But yeah, pretty good movement at the neck here and at the head. And then for the torso, he does have a diaphragm cut, so he could lean to the side to about right there, which is nice. Could lean back to about right there. Same amount this direction, and then he could crunch forward to right there. Look at that. That's pretty good. Very nice. I do wish that he had a ball joint at the waist here, just to add to the torso articulation. But, you know, as it is, that diaphragm cut is pretty nice. And then for the arms, they do go all the way around. I wish that he had like a ball joint at the shoulder so he could bring his arms out to the side. But I guess that would have obstructed the design. So, you know, I get it. And as it is right now, you could bring his arm out to the side like that with the bendy wire. And then speaking of the bendy wire arms, let's go ahead and see what we could do with them. So, like I said, I've been messing with this figure quite a bit, and it hasn't really made me nervous. I feel like the arms are going to hold up pretty well. But yeah, there we go. That's about as far as I'm comfortable pushing it. And that's pretty good. That's basically like an elbow joint. So I could live with that. Very nice. And then at the hand, he does have a swivel at the fingers. And then at the legs, he has pretty much the same setup as he does at the arms. So at the hips, he can bring his leg up to right there, which is nice. Bring him back to right there. You cannot bring him out to the side unless you just bend from the bendy wire, but you're not going to get the same type of movement as we did at the arm, because the legs go straight into this little disc, I guess, if you want to call it. On the shoulders, it's kind of at an angle, so you have some more options up there. But for the legs, they go straight in, so you're not going to be able to kick it to the side too much. And you know what? That's about it for the articulation. So not a whole lot of stuff going on, but he's definitely fun to play with. And, you know, I never trust bendy wires, so even though I'm saying, like, it's pretty durable, it feels good, I think, like, if I play with this guy too much, those bendy wires are gonna give out, you know? But that's just the nature of bendy wires. Like, it's a piece of metal in there, so the more you mess with it, the weaker it gets. But, like I said, so far, the bendy wire has been holding up pretty good. Let's see how far the knees can go, or the legs. There we go. Hey, that's pretty good. Look at that. You could actually have him sit down. But yeah, man, this is a really fun little figure. Haven't been able to put him down since I opened him. I think he's super cool. Alright, so overall, at the end of the day, when the smoke clears, the dust settles, and it's all said and done, I think this is an awesome figure. I really like the way he looks. He's very well sculpted, really nice paintwork. He's got some great accessories. I love the guns and the extra hands and all the little devices that he comes with. The articulation is pretty good, but given the design of the character, there was only so much that Neca could do. But I feel like they did a good job of giving him like the maximum amount of articulation possible for a character design like this. The arms, I'm sure, were kind of a tricky situation, and you know, when it comes to bendy wires, I don't always completely trust them, but so far his bendy wires have been holding up really well. I've been messing with the arms quite a bit, and there's no signs of cracking or paint chipping or anything like that, so you know, they're okay, but I still don't completely trust them. But you know, I don't really see another option that they could have done for the arms. I feel like this is pretty much the only way they could have gone with the character like this, and you know, I think it turned out good. I really like it. I'm having fun playing around with them, even though I am cautious about the way I mess with the arms. He's still very enjoyable and a lot of fun to handle. And he just looks awesome. That's the main thing I love about this guy. He's gonna look so cool along with the rest of the NECA Ninja Turtle stuff, and I can't wait to get more comic book turtle stuff. I think this might be my first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic book figure, actually. So that's kind of exciting. And I would love to get a IDW version of Fugitoid. I was reading the one-shot. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really know too much about this character before the figure was announced. I was aware of him, but, you know, I wasn't like an expert by any means. But I went ahead and did some homework before doing this review, and he's actually one of the most interesting characters that I've seen from the Ninja Turtle world. I mean, he's kind of got like a tragic backstory, no matter what version you're looking at. Like in the Mirage version, he died, and pretty much that's when he became Fugitoid. And then in the IDW version, his family died, and he put his mind into Fugitoid so that he could kind of save them, but it didn't work out. Anyways, it's tragic in either case, so that's not something we see too often in the turtle world, or there's not too many characters like that I'm aware of. But anyways, I think he's an awesome character, and this is an awesome figure, and I look forward to getting more versions of Fugitoid. Hopefully NECA is willing to give us a couple different versions of him. But for now, I'm really happy to have this one. And with that, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Also, be sure to hit the bell notification so you know every time that I go live. If you're not aware, I do go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and every Friday at 7 p.m. So come through, let's talk about toys and get weird. Thank you very much. Peace.